Oh,
but yeah, how are you doing today?
I'm really excited to talk with you. You know what happened some weeks ago? I always I listen new music to Spotify, and I have the discovery like feature, and
Okay, yeah.
I just like listen music there, like new artists, some like more famous artists, like really classic ones, and I hear one of your songs, and I put just add, but I like I didn't know you from before, but it was like
Yeah.
cool. And then I had this interview, and I didn't make the match, but
Oh wow.
when I start making the study of your music, I was like, I know this song, you know?
Wait a minute, I know
Yeah,
this
yeah.
person, this voice.
What
Wow,
is the
that's great.
coincidence? Was a coincidence like in 1 week, like book, like the
Yeah,
universe just like
the cosmic, or was it just like your devices listening to you and
yeah,
like
maybe, no, like
making the algorithm links? Who
the
knows?
algorithm is going so hard today, these
Yeah,
days.
there you go. The cosmic algorithms out
Yeah,
there.
yeah. But well, that was something I wanted to say to you because it was like really freaking
Yeah,
out.
that's nice. That's a nice.
But
It's
well,
nice to hear it. That's good. I like it when things like that happen.
let me hear about your project. This is the key. I know that you have released a new album of on, right? And like here we are like a lot of fans from Latin America. Actually, we are like millions of people in here listening to rock, pop music, folk music, all of this kind of great music. And we would like to share this window as a this interview as a window for the people to know your music. So
Yeah.
let us please know about this release. When did you record this in quarantine, and how do you record all of this new creation?
Yeah. How did it all happen? Well, I'll see if I can try and explain it clearly. So I guess I wrote the album over the past kind of 2 years, really,
Mm-hmm.
mainly through 2018, but I started in 2000. I mean, mainly through 2019, but I started in 2018. Then, then when the songs were ready, I got together with my band, and we kind of spent a week working on them and making sure we knew what we were going to play. Then a couple of weeks later, we went to a studio called Real World Studio in the UK, and we recorded the album with a producer called Hoffman, and that was one. While we were recording in the studio, there was kind of every morning the newspapers was kind of have lots of news about like COVID stuff, and I remember, and everyone was sort of thinking, "Oh, this is a bit weird. Like, is everything okay?" You've frozen, but I'm going to keep going just in
Oh, okay.
case.
Okay.
I mean, that's the only thing I can do. I'm going to keep going. That's all right. You're back a bit. Anyway, I'll keep going. But we managed to hardcore lockdown. Well, in France anyway, and then I think in a lot of other places afterwards. And so that was that. We just managed to get it recorded in time, but then a lot of the mixing happened. Well, all of the mixing had to happen remotely, like long distance, instead of going to Brooklyn, which was the original plan. Me and Josh, the producer, just had to send each other stuff and finish the album that way.
Oh, okay.
And then it got done. So that's kind of the story of Off Off On getting made. Anything I've missed out?
No, well,
Should I explain anything else?
no, I think it's really clear. And I think I have talked with some other artists that they have like this kind of mix between we are going to release something and suddenly COVID-19, and so all of them
Yeah.
we figure out. I myself release an album from my projects, and it's
Okay.
like I was recording that name. No, we have to send this to there to blah blah blah. So it's like kind of interesting to know how you achieved the goal
Yeah,
in
it
your
kind of
way. You know?
this world situation kind of changes everything, but kind of amazingly. I mean, and much to the credit of my record label and my management, everything actually got released when it was planned to. Like nothing changed in terms of the time release.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess the main change has just been the gigs, not being able to go to record shops and like play gigs in the shops, not being able to do just normal gigs, not being able to tour. That's like a big change for
Yeah.
this release. And so we're just waiting to see when we can do gigs again, really. And
Well,
like you know, to get out and connect with people, like everyone, like all of the musicians out there that have got that want to be doing gigs, that we just have to wait a bit. People are starting to make like socially distant situations and like try and make it work, so hopefully more of that will happen, but it's slow and it's a bit hard for like the venues and the promoters. It's really kind of a tough time.
Yeah, of course. And I'm seeing that you already released like singles from that album, right? Like
Yeah.
video clip 1, 2, and there's a one video clip that I found really interesting about like the story about it was like eh, one of your friends had it was stuck in the car
Yeah.
and no, that's kind of really
It's kind of a silly
random, but
story.
yeah,
Yeah, pretty. I mean, in a way, it's random, but it's actually, to me, it kind of in my crazy brain, it kind of makes a lot of sense, because
yeah, yeah, yeah.
we were in this cottage in Wales rehearsing, like preparing the songs for the recording week, and two friends had come to film us for the day, and as they were leaving, their car like couldn't get over the hill, and so we tried like pushing it and all this sort of stuff, and you know. In the end, one of them got a camera out and started filming it, because it was turning into this ridiculous, impossible situation.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of guy he is. He's just like, I'm going to film this. So we had this footage that wasn't made with any intention of using, other than just looking back and laughing at this stupid situation we found ourselves in. But then when I was like trying to come up with an idea for the video for the single Coming to Get You Nowhere, it
Mhm.
just seemed like I just couldn't resist using that footage. First of all, I just like put all of the footage into you know, Premiere and lined up, and it was almost exactly the same length as the song.
Ah,
And I just thought,
no.
oh, this is too perfect. There's something to be done here. So I kind of tweaked it a bit, and then I just it just fitted really well, because partly it was part of the album making story anyway, because it was this day, it was this time we were in Wales, and partly it's a song about getting stuck and needing to ask for help and to get unstuck and stuff. It was just ridiculous, and I liked how it's not like a very fashionable, sexy
Yeah.
video. Like, I really like that. I like that it's just us in like raincoats looking confused and like scratching our heads, and it just appealed to my sense of humor. I don't know if it appeals to anyone else's sense of humor, but for me, I just thought, ha 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 ha, this has got we've got to use this video. So yeah, that's how that happened. Yeah.
I don't know, but it reminds me some scene of like something related with the Office, the series. Have you seen that?
Yeah, exactly. It is that kind of is that kind of
Yeah,
ridiculous kind of
yeah.
reality, awkward,
I
like.
love it actually. Like I love it. Like
Okay.
so hilarious. I hope a lot of people will understand that too, so they can
Yeah.
laugh and
I
entertain at
mean,
the same time.
yeah. I mean, if they don't understand, that's fine. But I feel like
Yeah,
it does really capture the spirit of me and my band. Like, when you're a touring band, like, you must
yeah,
know from like doing gigs and stuff, you spend a
yeah,
lot of time like
yeah.
trying to start cars and solve problems and like mend broken things. So yeah,
Wow. And it was recorded this year.
it was recorded this year. Yeah, just like
Oh,
the first week of March we recorded it,
oh,
and then we all went back and got locked in our houses.
wow, cool. And you also have another videos like was magician.
Exactly. There was
Yeah.
Magician, which was a live session we recorded with some friends in France, because because I live in France, but the rest of
Hmm.
the band is in the UK. But because of the
Okay.
border controls and the quarantine rules at the moment,
Yeah.
I can't get to my band in the UK. So I was really lucky that my French friends like came to the rescue, and they were like, the French, this is the kit band for that video session.
Wow.
And that was good. It was good fun to do. And they're good musicians, so it's always nice to like play with, you know, friends that you
Yeah.
love. But it was
Cool.
sad that the English band couldn't be part of that particular video.
And it's different in some way to play with other members.
Yeah, it's always different. And
Yeah.
that's what I really like. For me, that's really important. Like, for the first few years, well, for the first, like, quite a number of years when I doing This Is the Kit, there was no set band. It was just whoever was around and available. Or, you know, if I knew someone in this town that I was playing, then they would come and join in. And for me, that's really important to like keep it different and
Hmm.
challenge yourself a bit and to like make new discoveries. When you're playing with different people, it's really good. But I also think that it's great to play with the same people and just get really like in tune with each other, and to kind of, you know, kind of perfect this telepathy that can grow out of being in a band with someone for a long time. So that's what's nice about having the main band, but then it's also nice to play with different people.
Yeah. Talking about telepathy, when I listened to your new album, it has a lot of like philosophy ideas behind, like the mind and ideas and psychology in art, you know. But it made me
I
think
think
a lot.
you're right. Yeah, I think I'm someone that thinks a lot about, you know, things like anyone, and then I end up writing about them. I feel like sometimes it's a bit like my songs are kind of questions. There's no kind of answers in them, but it's just like I know questions I'm asking. I don't know how to explain it fully, but also observations. You kind of notice stuff in the world around you, and just saying it out loud kind of offers up this question or discussion or something, but it's hard to have any answers. But it's good to talk about it.
Yeah, it's really interesting because you can see a lot of, depending of the person, but a lot of perspective about, like, it's a lot of perspective, but your song is talking about that there is a lot of perspective. So it's a perspective of the perspective. Yeah. So it's like,
it's like two mirrors facing each other.
Yeah. That was amazing, actually. It was like, wow, like, I need to breathe, but it's amazing. So I really love this kind of topics, actually. And
thanks, good.
In general, for the people who can know you better, what's your influence about? Like, I know you can have a lot, and it can change on time, but like, if you can mention anything, you know, like, just not like music influence. It can be maybe a book, you know.
Okay. What am I into? Influence. I guess to people that know me already, it's no secret that I'm into Ursula Le Guin. I'm a big fan of her writing. So people that don't know me might find out. That might be a new thing to find out for them. But yeah, so Ursula Le Guin. I really like Alan Bennett as well as a writer. I think he's brilliant. I like Dylan Thomas. I love his kind of play for voices under Milkwood. Let me try and think of some music. I love Richard Dawson. Have you heard of this musician? He's from Newcastle in the UK, and he's
I will definitely go and listen to it.
Oh my God, he's so great. His voice is incredible, and his guitar playing is like nothing I've ever witnessed before. He's so great. Richard Dawson. I wonder if I can. Is there a little chat I can type it in for you here?
Yeah, I think Cool, great. I love to discover new music. Something like.
He's really great. Also, I'm like obviously hugely influenced by my band members, not only because they're in my band, but also because their own music they do. So Rosie, who plays bass, has got a project called Rosie Plain, and she is a big influence on me and has been my whole life, because like we met each other when we were teenagers and we've just always played music together. And so she's a big influence too. I can put that in there too, just for spelling. And what else? Velvet Underground, you know, the just stuff that you listen to when you're a teenager, just great music.
Yeah,
inspires me. But yeah, it's all very subjective or whatever. Objective. I always confuse those two. Anyway, it's just taste.
And around this influence, have you ever like think about where to find something that you maybe never think about it? Like, for example, Chinese music or Latin American music, and try to do something about that?
Well, I definitely am inspired by music from other countries. I never try and like recreate sounds. It might happen accidentally, but I never kind of intentionally think to myself, okay, I want this to sound like a Tuareg, blues thing or something. So even though that might be a music that I listen to a lot, I try not to, I don't feel like it's my place to like imitate it. But yeah, definitely music from other countries is a big influence. Sometimes I'll do like a cover. Like one time I was asked to do a Christmas cover, and there was and so I did a version of an Ariel Ramirez like piece, like from his like. Is it from Misa Criolla? It's not from Misa Criolla. It's from the other side of the record, which is called, oh, I can't remember, but it's like this Christmas bunch of songs. And so I did that one time. It's nice to sing songs in French sometimes. But yeah, I think it's really important to listen to music from other countries and other cultures, because it's just, usually it's just way better than English music.
Well, yeah, but it can depend, no? Of different. For example, I am in Peru. I am Peruvian actually, and here we have a lot of like mystic things, but we don't just go with llamas and things. Like we have internet and things like that. So
yeah, exactly. There's so many people. People are so judgmental about foreign countries. They just think, oh, everyone just lives in a hut or whatever. It's so naive and stupid. Like, it's even people, I guess you get it with, I mean, it depends, but yeah, even people's opinion about France, they just think that everyone is just like wearing a scarf and smoking a cigarette and
it's a
holding a
stereotype,
baguette.
Yeah, it's all the stereotypes from the movies, and it's like, okay, but
yeah, it doesn't help. Basically, most countries are full of the same people. Like, just we're just on our computers listening to music, going for walks, meeting our friends. Like, we're all just humans in the 21st century.
So I mentioned that thing about like other countries and Peru, because when I listen to one of your songs, you have some rhythms that are, it's not like the exactly rhythm from like maybe Peruvian music or Latin American music, but the metric and the rhythm, like takara 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 takara. If you put that rhythm in our culture, it's gonna fit, and it's something that you can maybe, because you already.
That's a nice observation. Yeah, I do. I just really enjoy playing with rhythm.
Yeah.
And there are certain rhythms, I think certain people just have certain rhythms that always kind of come out of their hands or whatever, or they just have them in their chest or something. And for me, this kind of this relationship with like tertiary rhythms and binary rhythms, like the 2 and the 3 at the same time, that always makes my brain kind of go like, I really enjoy it. It's so much more interesting to me than, because you can kind of just drift between one or the other. You can either go 3 or you can go 2. And and also just in terms of how I play instruments, I'm really drawn to just the like it feels nice in your hands, and to like go as fast as you can and stuff. And it's just, so it's nice that you hear that in my music. It's just, rhythm really fascinates me, and I feel like there's so much richness out there of of how to use rhythm. It's nice.
It was really interesting for me and for us, because it's kind of weird in some way to listen to a like North American, Europe artists to do this so normal rhythm to us, because everything here is 2 3 3 2 4 5 6 7 8 and for us, like like, that is what it is. But of course,
that's good. That I think it's really important. I feel like that's something really missing in like kind of European music. It's just so
like all 4 4
like
or 3
boring.
4,
It's just like, oh my god.
Another kind of amazing thing, but like can try.
There's a lot of good stuff. It's true, but it's just like the rhythms to be found in like other countries further away than like just.
I will show you. Maybe I will send you a link with music like that, so you will.
Yeah, do. I'd love to hear. Yeah, that would be great.
And well, I think what's your plans? Where you can find where the people and us we can find your music. Like everything you can say about like your new release and your music to share.
This is this is what my management have been like training me for, and I'm gonna fuck it up. But like, what can I tell you? I guess the new album is out, and it's on Rough Trade Records, and there's no gigs at the moment, but I'm crossing my fingers that like there'll be some in 2021. And yeah, I'm really bad at this bit. I don't know what to say.
Well,
But
me neither. So it's like, I think I just missed one like classic question that I have
oh
to
yeah.
ask. Like, why the name? This is the kid.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, partly because of my relationship with language and just enjoying the sound and the feel of it in my mouth. Like, this is the kit is just something that is a pleasing thing for me to say. But that kind of comes out of the fact that Kit is kind of a nickname for me. Like, my family have always called me Kit, and so certain people call me Kit. And also just this idea that I'm someone that likes kind of self-sufficiency and like being ready for anything, like having my bag with like a knife and a spoon and a needle and thread, just being ready for anything that might happen in life. And this idea that you have everything you need with you. You have like the kit you need with you always anyway, the kind of equipment you need for life.
That's amazing. I think it makes a lot of sense. And with your
Okay,
name,
good.
Kate Kid, so it's like it has a history.
Yeah.
How do you like choose the names of the songs? It's just like what is repeating the most, or you go
Good
like
question. It really depends. I'm really bad at naming songs because usually I guess when I'm writing them, I'll give them a name so I have something to refer to when I'm talking to the band about them. I can't just call it like song number 6 or whatever. I guess I could do, but I'm not that organized. So they often have these really stupid names like Picky or Banjo Hunt or just like the Plonky One or something, just stupid names.
yeah.
And then like the time comes for me to give them proper names, and like sometimes the stupid names stay. Like Slider, for example, was just like the name of the demo because of what I was doing on the guitar, but then it felt like it fitted, so it stayed. But then other ones, it just depends. Sometimes it's just like a line in the song that sticks out, so I choose it. But yeah, I do struggle with naming songs. I know some people, like, it's their superpower. They like excel. Like the song title is almost like the main bit of the song.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just like it's kind of a functional, okay, the band has to know what I'm talking about, so I have to give this a name. Like, it's like admin.
Yeah.
But I try and make it fun. I try and choose names I like, obviously. I'm not going to just,
Well, that's
I do
amazing.
my
I think
best.
it's an option, like there's people that use the most like obvious name, and sometimes it's a good thing because of the algorithm to find
Yeah.
you better.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
we can
exactly.
just
Some people are just like, okay, what do people search in Google?
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, I can't do that. I
Yeah,
can't be that person.
well, good. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the interview, and we are
Yeah,
from
I did. Thanks, Ricardo.
the rock is culture, rock is cultura. That's our community in Latin America. We are 10 million people
Great.
maybe watching this interview. So I hope all can go and get so fun and entertaining with your amazing music. I really
Thank you.
enjoy it, and well, have a great day, and
Yeah, you too.
goodbye or good
Thanks for
night.
your
Good night.
time. Yeah, it's nearly the night time. It's
Yeah,
like 6
yeah,
p.m. here in France. So, yeah,
yeah.
it's coming. But yeah, really nice to meet you, Ricardo. Thanks
You too. Bye
for your
bye.
time.
Thank you.
See you again. Bye bye.